Let's start with something that has never been told to you, but that you have always suspected. Something that has dragged behind every awkward conversation, every forced silence, every fake gesture of interest like a shadow.
Look around you. Observe the people. They may not seem like it, but everyone is playing a game. And no, it's not the game of success, nor love, nor happiness. It's a much older game. Dirtier, more psychological. A game where intelligence is not rewarded. It is punished. A game where looking stupid can save your life. Does that sound absurd? Wait. Listen. Because if you still think that society rewards the brightest, it's because you've never seen what they do to the one who shines too much. You've never been close enough to the fire to understand that the first thing that burns is the one who lights up the most. What if I told you that the real survival strategy is not to stand out, but to disappear? What if I revealed to you that the truly intelligent don't raise their voices, but whisper? That they don't lead with speeches, but with absences? That their strength is not in being recognized, but in being underestimated? Welcome to the other side of intelligence, where clumsiness is a mask, where stupidity is armor, where looking like an idiot is a strategy as sharp as a scalpel. Now tell me, why do you try so hard to seem smart? Why does your ego feed on approval like it's oxygen? Every time you correct someone, every time you seek to have the last word, every time you want to show how much you know, what are you really trying to protect? Because I have bad news for you. The world doesn't reward brilliance, it punishes it. The one who knows too much is dangerous. The one who doesn't fit in, even if they fit better than anyone else, is marginalized. The one who reveals the rules of the game becomes the target. Does that sound paranoid? Then open your eyes. You see it every day. In meetings where the one who stays silent is the one who leads. In groups where the one who plays the fool always gets more than they seem to. In relationships where the one who shows the least controls the most. Have you ever wondered why? Because in this world, it's not the one who shouts the most who wins. It's the one who knows when to be silent. It's not the one who knows the most who advances. It's the one who makes it seem like they don't know anything. It's not the brightest who survives, but the one who disguises themselves the best. Do you understand now? It's not about giving up your intelligence. It's about protecting it, hiding it, not offering it on a silver platter to a world hungry for destruction. The strategy of the idiot is not surrender. It's a declaration of war. One played in the shadows, in the margins, in silences. While others bleed for attention, you learn to move without being seen. While others compete for validation, you observe, you analyze, you wait. And when the time comes, you act. Not because you've been applauded, but because you knew from the beginning how it was going to end. This is the secret no one wants to accept. In a world of inflated egos, the one who makes themselves small wins. In a society sick with narcissism, the one who renounces shining outwardly keeps the light inside. And it is then, only then, when you understand the truth. The idiot was never an idiot. They were just playing better than you. Now tell me, are you ready to stop competing? To lower your voice, to raise your mind, to see the game from above without needing to play it like they do? Because this video is not about giving up. It's about a strategy, one that will completely change the way you relate to the world, one that will make you uncomfortable, shake you up. Because what you're about to hear is not an invitation to cynicism. It's a warning. There are no magic formulas here. There are no promises of success. There is only one truth. The world hates those who don't need approval. And you, if you're willing, will learn to be that someone. But first, you have to get rid of one thing: your need to be understood. your addiction to validation, your damn obsession with looking smart. Because what comes next is not designed to fit in. It's designed to set you free. There's something they haven't told you about the judgment of others. Something that no one teaches you, because if you knew it, you would stop being manipulable. You would move away from the herd. You would become invisible to the eyes that seek weaknesses, and that terrifies them. Listen closely. Other people's judgment is not just an opinion. It's a tool. It's a covert form of social domination. Most people don't judge because they have an authentic opinion. They judge because they need to regain control. Because when they see you hesitate, when they see you correct yourself, when they see you stay silent for fear of looking like an idiot, they feel they have you. And they do. In that instant, their opinion becomes an invisible leash around your neck. And what's the most brutal defense against that? Pretending you don't see it. Pretending it doesn't affect you. Pretending you don't understand the game. Pretending you're too clumsy to notice the passive aggression, the subtle mockery, the hidden contempt. Pretending you're not in the game, when in reality, you already won. And do you know why you already won? Because the greatest power is not in controlling, but in not being controlled. Because when you don't react to judgment, to sarcasm, to criticism dressed as advice, you dismantle the whole mechanism. You steal the weapon from them. You disarm them with your stupidity. But this is important. Don't confuse the strategy of the idiot with submission. It's not silence out of fear. It's silence out of calculation. It's not lowering your head because you feel inferior. It's looking from below to see more clearly. It's what the ancient wise men called the wisdom of the fool, the one who laughs alone, the one who walks on the margins, the one who doesn't argue because they already understood that most battles are traps disguised as debates. Now let's go deeper. Why do you think so many people feel empty in spaces full of people? Why do you feel that existential fatigue when you're surrounded by others? Because you're trapped in a game where the goal is not to be, but to seem. Where everyone wants to seem more cultured, more successful, more conscious, more spiritual, more right, more everything. And that creates a silent competition, an invisible tension, where every interaction is a power pulse. The one who talks the most wins. The one who has the most interesting anecdote dominates. The one who corrects most elegantly imposes respect. And you, if you participate, have already lost. Because here's the trap: entering the game. Because as soon as you play, as soon as you give an opinion, as soon as you try to contribute, you're already inside their field, you're already following their rules. But when you adopt the strategy of the idiot, you step off the map, you become untouchable, you become a social ghost. And that confuses them. Because they can't label you, they can't reduce you, they don't know if you're stupid, if you're wise, if you're lost, or if you're more awake than all of them combined. And that ambiguity is lethal. Do you want to know which profile is the most feared in any human group? It's not the charismatic leader. It's not the brilliant one who knows everything. It's the silent one. The one who observes. The one who doesn't define themselves. Because the one who doesn't define themselves cannot be dominated. And there lies the power. Do you realize now? The strategy of the idiot is not to disappear. It's to stop being available. It's not to run away. It's to decide who deserves access to your mind, to your attention, to your time. Because your time is energy, and your energy is not infinite. And what drains you the most is not working, it's exposing yourself. Exposure is a drug, addictive, lethal. You want to be seen, heard, validated. You want to fit in, but that desire chains you, and society knows it. That's why it pushes you to share everything, to talk all the time, to say what you think before you think it, and so you lose control, because the one who constantly exposes themselves weakens. The one who shows all the time becomes predictable, and the predictable one is manipulable. But the one who doesn't show themselves becomes an enigma, and enigmas are respected. Are you getting it? The apparent clumsiness is a trench, a psychological wall, a disguise designed to protect your core. It's like a virus that can't be attacked because no one knows it's there. Invisible, silent, infiltrated. In a world where everyone is shouting for attention, the one who stays silent becomes a threat. Because if you don't need to be seen, you're free. And let's go even deeper. Have you noticed how people flee from silence? How they need to fill every space with words, with noise, with opinions? It's because the silence of others confronts them with their own inner voice, and they don't like what they hear. But not you. You've learned to inhabit that silence, to expand in it, to hide in plain sight. Because the strategy of the idiot is not simply to speak less, it's to know when to speak, and more importantly, when to be silent. And here comes an uncomfortable truth. The one who stays silent does not surrender. The one who stays silent selects, and silence, when used properly, is a bomb, one that detonates when least expected. Because while they underestimate you, you accumulate strength, information, time, and when the time comes, when everyone is exhausted from competing, from impressing, from shouting, you will be intact, because you never played by their rules. You never lowered yourself to the level of the spectacle. You were the idiot, except you weren't. And here's the most brutal part. When you truly learn this, you'll begin to see the world differently. You'll notice the desperation behind every brilliant phrase, the emptiness behind every forced joke, the fear behind every gesture of superiority. And you'll realize something. Most people don't want respect. They want attention. They don't seek connection. They seek validation. And you no longer need that, because you've understood that the strategy of the idiot is not a way of hiding. It's a way of preserving yourself. So the next time they call you stupid for not responding, for not intervening, for not correcting, for not shining, smile. You're doing exactly what's right. Because those who make the most noise are the ones who are the most afraid. And you no longer fear, you no longer compete, you no longer exhaust yourself, because you've chosen the path of those who know too much to seem like they know nothing. And right there, begins your real power. Are you still there? Perfect. That means something inside you has started to crack, that some of your comfortable truths have wobbled. And that's a good sign. Because what comes next is only for those who are ready to break completely and rebuild without permission. Let me throw you one last question. Who would you be if you didn't feel the need to prove anything? Don't think too fast. Don't look for an intellectual answer. Feel the question. Let it drop inside. Who would you be if no one expected anything from you? If there were no imaginary audience judging every step you take? If you could move through the world without the weight of looking brilliant, of looking right, of looking awake? Have you thought about it? Maybe you'd be slower, maybe more clumsy, maybe freer, maybe more you. And here's the final twist, the turn that no one wants to look at head on. Most people live their life trying to earn an approval that never comes. And they do it with polished phrases, measured achievements, perfect masks. And the more they win outside, the more they lose inside. Do you know what the most messed up irony is? The real idiot is not the one pretending not to know. The real idiot is the one who believes they need to look perfect to deserve a place. That's the real idiot. The one who lives editing themselves, justifying themselves, emotionally applying makeup to fit into a plastic reality. The one who doesn't realize that the more they struggle to stand out, the more chained they are. And you? Are you ready to stop being that idiot? and become the other one? The one who knows so much that they don't need to prove anything. The one who is so awake that they can fall asleep in front of the eyes of the world without fear. The one who hides not out of cowardice, but out of wisdom. The one who prefers to walk on the edges rather than burn in the center of the stage. That's the idiot who matters, the invisible, the free, the untouchable. And if you've made it this far, you already know which one you want to be. No need to say it, just feel it. Now listen carefully. This channel is not for everyone. It's not for those who seek easy answers. It's for those willing to think things that no one wants to think. For those who choose discomfort over self-deception. If you're one of them, subscribe. And if you're truly part of this tribe of quiet ones, strategists, wise idiots, leave me a phrase in the comments. Just one. I prefer silence to applause. With that, I'll know you're awake, that you don't need to scream to be heard, that you've understood everything, and most importantly, that you know when to speak and when to disappear. See you in the next video. Or not. Maybe it just looks like it. Maybe I'm already there, in some corner of your mind, like that thought that won't let you rest. Until then, don't forget to forget yourself. That's where your freedom starts. Goodbye. Or rather, disconnect.